Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey, dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, and also madness. I hope Iowa has broken your brackets. If they have, go blame Blake Anderson. We'll just start off with there. My name is Bert Wojcik. Alongside me, as always, is big, sexy Adam Rubright, Chris Graham, our executive producer. Pig, happy St. Patrick's Day, and yeah, bud, we didn't have much racing around here this weekend, but we do have a lot of racing coming up here this weekend, and we have a fantastic interview here tonight. We're going to have your World of Outlaws non-energy drink sprint car series winner from Tulare Thunderbolt, Hot Sauce Gio Scelzi will be joining us here in just a little bit.
Friday night winner, Bert, get it right, because you probably just got the hopes up of everyone that we had Kyle Larson on. So,
did I say
clarify that next time, sport?
Sorry.
No, you just said from Tulare in general. There was 2 winners this weekend,
Chief. Attention to the previews, and they knew it was going to be Gio Scelzi we had on because
Come on, do people really pay attention?
You're right. Nobody watches this shit. Anyways, yes, Gio Scelzi on in a little bit.
Yeah, it should be fun. We had a really good time interviewing him on Tuesday. Very knowledgeable kid. Well, shouldn't say kid. He's going to be 21 in November, but it was a lot of fun.
He's a kid to us. How about that? He's a kid to us.
Well, yeah.
We'll go with that. Because, I mean, I still remember back when I was with the old show is that, we took him over and we brought it up here about we brought him some birch beer because he wasn't 21, obviously. And then we also took him some Millsworth potato chips. And we are at his request and behalf, we must bring him some when he comes into Pennsylvania this year. So we're gonna have to do that for him. So anyway, folks, yes, we're gonna have Gio on in just a little bit. If you're watching this, give us a comment, give us a thumbs up, share. People know you're watching. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll give you a shout out a little bit later on. But yes, Gio's gonna be on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel hotline. Of course, down below, 34 Motorsports ticker. All the results from last weekend, including all the rain out, actually snow outs we had from that freaking winter storm in
Sure.
yeah, we were due for a winter storm in March. And God, it just so happened to be this weekend after it was 70 degrees on Monday. And so, yeah, so no racing in Central PA this weekend, but we did get some racing on Friday night out at Tulare and also with the USAC Midgets as well at DuQuoin for the Shamrock Classic, which Team took home Friday night, and then Justin Grant took home some Saturday night. But there was some news that broke today. We'll get in that in Finch's Meat Markets news and notes in a little bit about what happened down at Volusia that just came out today about Justin Grant. But yeah, Team has won on Friday night, but Friday night at Tulare Thunderbolt, the Outlaws returned there for the first time in 3 years, and what a freaking race it was. Adam, you and I, we were over watching that race there. Fantastic showing. Tulare was absolutely rough. It was elbows up, but man, what a performance was put on there by Gio Scelzi and David Gravel.
Yeah, the heck of a race. I thought a lot that Gravel was going to get him a good bit of the race, but Gio held his line, held his composure, which is a big thing, and ultimately came through with the win. In a fantastic race. I mean, there was racing everywhere throughout the
Yeah, the
field, so
track was wide. It was high.
that's always
You can go
nice.
high, middle. Yeah, you can go high, middle, low. It was a really fun track, and we talked to Gio about it a little bit. Is that how it was rough, but I mean, it was still 3 lanes wide, and Tulare and these California tracks, they seem to get stupid rough, but yet they can really kind of level themselves out and make some really really good racing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd rather watch a race on like a technical racetrack because you can see how much the drivers have to think and how much they have to process what the track's doing, where the other cars are, as compared to like these big fast half miles that we have. You kind of get the same thing in a way. I mean, you're hammered down either on the top or low and slow on the bottom, but it's nice when you can see the driver try to process their thoughts through what the car's doing, and it's to me, I always just enjoyed watching a race on a technical track.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's always a fun thing. And, normally on a technical track like that, normally it's not that, I should say, racy. Normally you get um, really elbows up and it kind of can, kind of get a little dangerous out there. But, yeah, it was a very, very fun race to watch. And then on Saturday, Kyle Larson goes out. Can you believe we're in the middle of March here? And Kyle Larson got his first dirt win in, uh, any form of dirt, late model, sprint car, what have you. I mean, now Kyle Larson has one win uh, on dirt here after his win on Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely. You knew it wasn't going to take him long to get in the win column on the dirt side of things, and sure enough, what is sixth or seventh start of the year on the dirt side of things? Could be more, could be less. I'm just ballpark estimate there.
Yeah, it should be a couple more here, but Larson has not had a good start to the year on dirt. I mean, he's been up there, but this is probably his best weekend on dirt overall. I feel like, it seemed like they finally came together, him and Paul Silva, and I know that's a big win for him out in California. Um, yeah, so definitely uh, a decent race on Saturday. I didn't get to watch too much of it, but I saw the highlights of it. But Larson is one of those things when Larson got out front, man, he's gone. It's a given pretty much at this point.
Yeah, I mean he's one of the best drivers in the world, and you get a clean track and a little bit of momentum built up. It's pretty much game over for everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, so not much else to really talk about from this past weekend of racing. Obviously, as we said, we got kind of snowed out here over the weekend. Really disappointed that we really didn't get down to Williams Grove on Sunday. Always love Sunday Fun Day, but we get a chance to do it tomorrow night. Cannot wait for that. The Grove opener. good race tomorrow night with the OMS super late models. So always a fun 1-2 combination there. I was looking forward though to seeing if they would have ran on Sunday and see what the wingless super sportsman would have done there. I mean, obviously we see how good the wingless 360s have been at the Grove the last couple of years, and wingless super sportsman's pretty much the same thing. Hell, even some of them run with the USAC East Coast Series, and you know, I was looking forward to that, especially on a daylight surface, but we get a chance tomorrow night, and it is going to be absolutely gorgeous tomorrow night.
And not just tomorrow night, the entire day is going to be beautiful. So that should give Williams Grove plenty of time to get the track prepared the best they can throughout the day. And hopefully we see a good race. I think with the late models, though, you'll see a good race because they'll widen the track out a little bit more for the sprints. So should be fun.
I just hope it doesn't rubber down tomorrow night. That's when the late models are there, and that's what sucks with the second division there. It always rubbers down with them. I just hope it does tomorrow night. But
I'm assuming you'll probably get the 410 feature first because, I mean,
obviously,
other than like the 10 late model fans plus the drivers who really watches late models at Williams Grove. 3/4 of Beer Hill is out as soon as the 410s leave.
I'll
they're
still
out.
be on that hill for the late model feature. I'll be still on that hill.
Oh,
for the
absolutely.
late model feature, because like I said, if Williams Grove wants to shut up the haters and everything that they can't perpetrate, tomorrow night is the perfect night to do it. Go out there tomorrow night, shut everyone up, and go and prepare the best track you can for March. You're gonna have a spring, pretty much a late spring day tomorrow, or well, I guess a mid-spring day really, but you're gonna have a somewhere in between there. It's going to be a gorgeous day. You have no excuse tomorrow to not have one of your best tracks of the year at the Grove tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. And you figure they had all the, I don't know if it rained down there today. I'm assuming it did, like it rained up here. So you had that,
but not
that
much.
good amount of, well, yeah, I mean, it was kind of a miserable day up on the mountain, just rainy and misty and stuff like that. So either way, there should be some moisture in the track. You had all that snow and precipitation last weekend, so I would assume the track should be in fairly decent shape.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking forward to that tomorrow, and then we'll get into more of this as we go in through the show here. But I tell you what, let's do this. Let's Finch's Meat Markets news and notes. We'll do that right now at the top of the show. But and then after that, we'll take commercial break, and then we'll bring on Gio. So go ahead. It's your time to shine. Thanks to Finch's Meat Markets. Where what's the slogan again this week, Adam?
I don't know.
Nobody beats
I think we'll just leave it. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Right,
not a whole heck of a lot this week. Mostly just two things, both revolving NASCAR. The biggest news I thought of the week so far was Hendrick and NASCAR eyeing Garage 56 entry for Le Mans in 2023, which could be really interesting. It's going to be a modified version of the next-gen ZL1 Camaro with a collaboration between NASCAR, Hendrick, Chevrolet, ISMA, and Goodyear. So that should be pretty interesting to see how that shakes out. Chris, I know you have some sort of input on that, so pop on in, buddy.
Look, I don't even have the camera ready to go yet here. Let me
you don't need a camera.
There we go. All right.
There he is. In the newsroom, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, in the brand new NRN studios. I think this is interesting. I think the biggest piece of news that was not discussed by IMSA, NASCAR, Hendrick, anybody, the ACO, Automobile Club de l'Ouest, who promotes Le Mans, said that the car will not run unless it is hybrid at a minimum.
Oh.
Electric NASCARs are coming to your lawn.
Listen, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, look what F1 does with the hybrid. I think it's badass what F1 does with a hybrid.
I mean, for like special shows, but like the one time a year I go to a NASCAR race, I want to hear an engine screaming past me at 200 miles an hour. Like, what are you going to get with a hybrid? There it goes.
No, have you not heard the F1 cars? Those things rip.
Yes.
Well, to bring up your point, like you said, electric. So my mind just went like Prius style.
Yeah.
No, I think it's going to be more flywheel hybrid type deal. Picture Martinsville with 1,100 horse on corner exit, instantly deployable.
Yeah.
That changed your
It
mind a little bit on
sounds
it, then, huh?
badass and all, but I don't know.
No,
I
you'll
like
still get the sound.
I
Don't you
said
worry.
this in
I
one
like
of the
hers
discords
purrs.
earlier today. This does not give NASCAR people a chubby. This does not give sports car people a chubby. This does nothing for any current fan, stakeholder, whatever in NASCAR, other than it's a test balloon. Can we run electrified stock cars, and how are we going to do it?
And
So
what
I
bigger way to
saw
do it than Le Mans?
so I saw something come out. I don't know how true it was, but apparently Elon Musk said something about a Tesla NASCAR be ready for 2023 or 2024.
Oh God, here we
Would this
go.
be part of a test session for that possibly? Or will they have input on that? I'm
Short
curious.
distance blast races of Teslas at Bristol, I'm all here
Yes.
for it.
Yes.
Daytona,
Like bring
that's
back the
going to
Goodies
suck.
Dash series.
Like,
It's
like
not going to be
Elon
fun at the
Musk
big
needs
tracks.
more goddamn money.
Like bring
Like,
back
oh
the
here,
Goodies
let's.
Dash series or whatever for it.
I would really like to see Mopar back into NASCAR. Like, I think that would be badass.
Mm-hmm.
Bring a
I
Mopar back.
agree.
Like,
I think
honestly, like
Mopar should
in
be in NASCAR.
in
You
my
are more
opinion,
likely to
anyone
see
who
Tesla or Rivian in NASCAR than you are to see Dodge back.
I
That's a
get that,
shame.
but still, I mean, it sucks because like Mopar a couple years ago was like, you know what, we're done building minivans. If you need a minivan, go head over to Chrysler, and they just built nothing but badass cars and trucks. So like, why not put that to the test in the United States' top form of auto racing, other than IndyCar?
I don't know. It
I mean,
doesn't
I'm
make
all
sense to me
for
why
it. Bring
Dodge
them all
left.
in. Bring Mopar back. You know, like get
Yeah,
all the major car manufacturers that produce cars in the United States or sell cars in the United States. Bring them all in.
they should.
Hell, let's see if
Or does
let's see what Fiat can do. 'Cause, you know, they'll build something badass. I mean, it
how
might
about
look like a
Fiat versus
freaking
Minis? I want to see that Fiat versus Minis.
yeah, like a bring a toaster.
Uh,
It'll look
our
cool.
our buddy Bizzle is checking in the comments saying this thing will be the bulging discs of race cars.
Eh,
No, no.
eh,
You guys
you
don't
All
know
right,
maybe
Bizzle.
not.
the old Steve Levy clip? We'll find it. I'll cue it up
Yeah,
for you
find
later.
that. Yeah, cue it up. 'Cause I don't know. I don't know if
Anyway,
I've seen that
you
one
might
before.
as well just stay in
Anyway,
here too while you're finding that. Second thing is, should NASCAR revisit the penalties for the lug nut and tire violations? I personally think yes. I mean, that you're having that many problems with them. Like in a couple weeks, half the goddamn garage is going to be suspended.
I think on the
Like
side of the,
we're gonna be back to our fucking seventh goddamn crew chief.
I kind of think on the side of the Bush and the Truck Series or the Xfinity Truck Series, yes, you should because they're not getting the right parts right now. It sounds like, but
Well, aren't the Bush aren't isn't the
uh,
Xfinity and the Truck Series still on 5 lug nuts?
yes, and
Yes, they
they're
are
having a
on
hard
5
time, I
lug
guess.
nuts, but you're talking sort of two different things here. Adam's talking about the multi-race suspensions for crew
Oh, the
chief
Cup
plus
Series,
2 crew members if you lose a tire. No,
right?
that penalty should stay exactly how it is. The bigger problem is there is a single supplier authorized for lug nuts. And the single supplier, apparently, there was a different rule for lug nuts for the Cup Series versus Trucks and Xfinity. And when Cup went to a single lug nut, the sole supplier just dumped them all into one big box. So the teams are getting 90+% illegal lug nuts from the only supplier they're allowed to buy from.
So BBS is screwing over NASCAR, is what you're saying?
Not BBS. It is
Oh, it's
a
not BBS.
local manufacturing company out of North Carolina. And
Oh,
they didn't know that the rule was the rule.
I mean, I feel like that should be in a memo somewhere. It really should be in a
It
memo.
probably should have been an email or
Like
something.
about yay big.
Yeah, Like about that
Like
big. Hey,
not like the typical memo thing, like yay big. Like make that sucker bold and italic so it pops out at you.
yeah. Communication's a dead art in this country.
I don't know, man. Like you get a car with bad luck and have say 2 wheels fall off. I mean, is that a double suspension? Are you losing 4 crew members?
No, I think it's a one
You
and
would
four thing.
theoretically lose crew chief, car chief plus 4,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's half
and
your
that's how it should be.
goddamn team.
That's how it should be. You got
yeah,
one job, one lug nut, get it on right.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
It
clearly
should
there's something wrong with them if
Get
this
the
shit keeps
thing in
happening.
the hole and get it tight. It ain't that hard.
literally. It's not that hard. Spit on it if you have to.
My God,
There it is, off the rails. Oh. Anyway, what else you
it,
got?
that's it. Other than well,
No,
you have
no.
the Chase and Justin Grant fiasco from Volusia. I guess had something wrong with the tires. So
Need the theme from Cops.
Bad boys, bad boys. If we didn't get demonetized, I say have that shit on cue every week. But oh, yeah, that kind of surprised me. I mean,
yeah.
there's so I just I don't know.
And the sad
So what's
thing
that
is,
saying? Is
like,
that
it could be the dumbest thing ever, too, by the way. Like, they could have taken a piece of block from the tire and say 2 hours previous they were spraying WD-40 on a Heim end.
Mhm.
WD-40 is a softener. It's going to make the tire softener.
Yeah.
If they, by some dumb... I mean, I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but it's a very good possibility.
Could it be the meme on the Hoosier Tire hot mark too? Could that come true as well on that?
Possibility. I mean, I'm not going to speculate because you don't know exactly what happened, but in the same aspect, like it could have been something as dumb as that. Like, oh, I used this chunk of tire, and just so happens, like I said, 2 hours previous, somebody spilled WD-40 or hell, even Simple Green on it when they were washing the fucking thing off in between races. Simple Green softens tires. It's just it could have been a crazy thing. Could have been, maybe we're actually doping the tire. Who knows? The only people
Who
that know the
knows?
actual truth is the crew members and the drivers themselves.
And you know damn well everyone denies everything. You know damn well they'll do that.
Deny, deny, deny.
Yeah, deny, deny, deny. So, all right, folks. Well, that will do it for Finch's Meat Markets news and notes for this week. Actually, we do have one more. Big news came out this week. Cassidy Kreitz is making her 410 debut Saturday at
Oh
Port
yeah,
Royal.
shit, I forgot about that.
That's a big one here, and especially with our segment on Women History Month. That's a massive deal. Cassidy making her 410 appearance. I mean, outside of Brie Hershey, I think she's the only active female driving 410s right now in Pennsylvania. If I'm correct right now. Obviously, you have Ashley Capetta who runs in 358 down in Lincoln, and then of course you have a couple in 305s as well. But I think if I'm right, there's only one or two in Pennsylvania that are running 410s right now.
Yeah, Free Hershey. Yeah, as far as I know. And answer your question, I will be at Selinsgrove on Saturday. I'm not sure about Port Royal. With going to
Yeah,
Williamsgrove
yeah.
Friday night and Selinsgrove and Port Royal, it's more of a I'll take my hour and a half drive to Williamsgrove, my 45-minute drive to Selinsgrove, and probably just watch Port Royal from my house, given the current gas prices.
Oh, for me, it's probably more that I got to work on Sunday, so it's probably gonna be Williamsgrove, Selinsgrove. So, and I'm gonna try and book it down to Harrisburg for the tractor pulls down there Saturday night. First time in 3 years for them. They're fun to shoot. I'm taking you one this year. I'm taking you one to shoot with.
Yeah, they're fun to shoot, Bert, but goddamn, where are you getting all this gas money at? Like, was Wegmans giving you a
Overtime.
gas card or what?
Overtime.
God, golly. I'm working
Say
overtime
overtime.
just so I can get to work.
Overtime was good to me. overtime was good to be this week. So, all right, folks, we're going to take our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have the winner from Friday night, so I don't get yelled at by Adam again, of the Tulare Thunder Bowl. He picked up his first World of Sprint Car win of the 2022 season, first win of the year. Gio Scelzi will be joining us here in just a minute on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel Hotline. Stay tuned, folks. You're watching the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network. Joining us now here tonight, he picked up the win at the Tulare Thunder Bowl this past Friday night with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Sprint Car Series. Mr. Gio Scelzi. Gio, thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate you giving us the time, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem. Hey, congratulations on the win on Friday night. Man, I tell you what, for those California tracks, I know they're rough, but man, that had to be a workout on Friday night, man. That was rough, but you've held on for a win there on Friday night, Tulare, and it was a fun race to watch, really. I mean, I'm not sure it was from the cockpit. I know we had a good time watching it, but man, that looked rough out there, though.
Yeah, I was telling someone today, I think I was on Wing Nation earlier, and Steve Post, he was like, asked me about how difficult the race was, and I just told him, I said, I know I can't run as hard as Larson and Carson and David Gravel and those guys do. I got to run as hard as I physically can and try and not make mistakes. So it was obviously tough. I kind of went into defense there at the end. I knew I couldn't get through lap cars very good. I knew they were going to be attacking more and more as I saw them slide me. So it was definitely tough, but one we hung on for.
Now, how much of the race, once you got the lead, once you got out front and you got into a groove, how much of, like, what am I trying to say here? How technical the track was, how hard was it to, like, just calm down and pace yourself and not kind of overdrive the car?
Yeah, definitely 1 and 2, you can overdrive the car. And I mean, the difficult thing about that place is both entries get really rough. So if you hit the entry of the corner wrong, you're bouncing into the fence essentially. So the way the racetrack was, it was essentially one lane at both ends. 1 and 2 was kind of the diamond line, and 3 and 4 was around the top. So it is hard to pace yourself and not wear yourself out. I seem to be better when the races go green flag all the way through, just to get a rhythm. And the stop and go stuff I seem to struggle at, the restarts. So something I have to work on. But yeah, I like it better when races go all the way through like that. I think it makes it difficult just because those racetracks there, you can just throw dive bomb slide jobs. And once someone breaks your momentum, it's almost impossible to get back going again. So it's a hard place to race at. And it's sometimes when you're trying to hold them off, you almost get your mind into defense mode and start making more mistakes or driving too cautiously. But I felt like I did a decent job defending and kind of playing offense at the same time.
Yeah, and you did a really nice job of that too. But I tell you what, we were just saying here too, these California tracks, what makes them so rough? Is it that they put that much water in it? Is it just, the weather out there? What makes it so rough out there? Because it seems like almost every track you go to, or you see from California, they're not really that smooth, at least the races I've seen from California. But, we're blessed out here in Pennsylvania, where, most tracks we get, unless it downpours out here, they are pretty smooth.
Yeah.
But out there, it just seems like they're all kind of rutted up.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think that was kind of part of the reason, to leave California, I guess, essentially. And no digs at California racetracks, but our racetracks do seem to be rougher, wetter. Obviously, Tennessee's not quite as slick. I don't know. It just seems like the guys in the Midwest, they're used to such extreme weather between snow and humidity and really, really hot, like I said, humid temperatures. They seem to just have their dirt under control a lot more than California tracks do. But again, it creates good racing. It was rough both nights at Tulare, smoother than I've seen it, but still, rough for a Pennsylvania racetrack. But it gives it character and, gives you different lanes to race and makes it extremely technical. Saturday was very technical, where it's, hooked up rough on entry and then dead slick on exit. So I don't really know what makes them that way. Obviously, the track promoters and track guys put the same amount of effort in. It just seems like those racetracks, no matter how packed and how smooth you get them, they always seem to have some character in some holes.
Which makes for really entertaining racing as a fan. I mean, but as a driver, would you rather, a nice, smooth, fast racetrack or something that has a kind of a gnarly curb and more technical?
Personally, a smooth racetrack. I think California tracks, essentially, you see more, I wouldn't say upset winners, but, rough, small racetracks with big curbs. Nothing against the guys, but Shane Golobic wins at Placerville. That's a home racetrack for him and something he's used to racing on. And you see guys like, Donnie Schatz or someone tend to struggle on those sort of racetracks. So I don't know. I've won at both now, I guess, between Williams Grove, Charlotte, and Lakeside was smooth and Tulare was kind of rough. So I think that's what makes the Outlaws the best in the world, is they don't really care what the racetrack is. They can win it, Chico or Charlotte or wherever. That's what makes them good. They don't care what the racetracks are. They're not going to complain. Essentially, not complain, but you know what I mean. They don't care what it is. They race as hard and they know they have to perform night in and night out.
Absolutely. So, folks who just joined us here, we're with Gio Scelzi, picked for the win at the Thunderbolt here. He's with us on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel hotline. And you mentioned the Williams Grove win, and I think back to that night and how much, National Open, emotional night as well. Everyone, obviously we were just with Greg on our mind and all that, but you come in here, this young kid, and, just to watch the performance you did that night, it was something that we don't see that often out here. And, you and Bernie's Indy Race Parts car there, I mean, you guys are on their level that night too. And it's kind of kept some momentum up in Pennsylvania too for you guys. And I feel like this also kind of helped propel you to where you're at now. Grove went back in 2018.
Yeah, 100%. That was kind of definitely the breakout year and the breakout race. And then to win the following May in Charlotte was awesome. Knoxville, great performances with Bernie. And that essentially propelled me onto the scene and kind of, brought me from, hey, this California guy trying to make a name for himself to somewhat being more known and kind of making a name for myself, more solid. So, I just, that place seems to just be somewhere. I think every driver has somewhere that just suits the way they drive. And for some reason that place does. I think the biggest thing about it is you can really overdrive the corner entries there. And I seem to tend to not run it in as hard as some other cars and try to give up a car or two on entry to gain 3 or 4 on exit. So it's a place I love and a place that holds so much history with a lot of my friends, and just a place I love racing is Pennsylvania.
Now, bringing up Pennsylvania, gotta ask it. Out of all of the tracks in PA, which one has been your favorite so far?
I can tell you what's my least favorite. No, but
Go for it. What the hell?
honestly,
Nobody watches this show. Go for it.
right? No, honestly, I like Susquehanna. Susquehanna's fun. I've only raced there, I think, 2 or 3 times. I like Susquehanna. Honestly, when any of them are nice and slick and wide, they all race really well. And they can all be kind of shitty too, you know? So I think that's essentially any racetrack. But I think, obviously, Williams Grove's awesome. Port Royal's beautiful. Susquehanna's great. Not the biggest fan of Lincoln, I think, just because I've kind of always struggled there. But makes it really exciting racing. Probably one of the smoothest facilities and best prepared facilities. Just something about it I just struggle at. So, you know, I don't want to say all of them because that's kind of a cliche answer, but I do enjoy racing in Pennsylvania.
You know, and that's not a bad thing to say, really, because obviously, I mean, we have some of the best tracks in the country around here. I mean, some of the best racing in the country, I think, too. And I'm not just saying that just because we're from Pennsylvania. And that's what we see every week. But it shows when guys like yourself come in, and now, you know, we're getting your brother Dom out here, too, in the Premier Car a couple times this year. And, you know, it just goes to show the fact of, you know, Pennsylvania is a great place to be and a great place to go racing. You mentioned it too there with Lincoln. You know, everyone can run, you know, the big half miles. I know how technical Williams Grove can be, and, you know, Port Royal, that can be a track around the fence there. But Lincoln, you know, it is a smooth track, but it's a very technical track for a 3/8 mile around here. It's a short track, or one of the shortest tracks we run weekly around here with the 410s. I mean, we get smaller, you know, we're technical about it. You know, then we go into Pat Valley or Grandview or what have you then. But Lincoln, I mean, that's short track racing at its finest, I feel like, when you get out here. So, I mean, for some of you guys here that may not see 3/8 too often, yeah, I could see that being a difficult track for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. And it seems to, just for me, it's an uncomfortable place to race at, kind of how the straightaways raise up and the front wheels get really light on corner exit. And it's a balance of getting your car tight enough to drive, but not getting it too tight where it won't turn. You know, I think it's easy to just say, I need to be tired to try and get drive. And then pretty soon you're balled up sliding across the racetrack because you're too tight. So it's a place that can make your car, you know, tell you the opposite of what it needs, I guess, if that makes sense. So it just, the guys that are really good there, you know, Freddie Raymer, Brent Marks, Donnie Schatz, those kind of guys seem to be very, very good at those technical racetracks.
Yeah, definitely. And to kind of build off of that, oh my God, I don't even know how to word this. So with KCP and where you're kind of progressing in your career, it's not necessarily just starting out, but, you know, you're making a name for yourself and all of that. Where do you see yourself, say, in 5 years from now? Like, do you want to do Outlaws? You know, maybe full-time All-Star to kind of get your feet wet with a full touring series, or kind of just sticking to what you've been doing with the true outlaw schedule, so to speak?
You know, it's hard to say. I think, you know, the more you make plans for stuff, and I've never been really much of a goal-setting person. I think obviously because things happen so fast in my career with success, and was very fortunate to have a successful career early when I'm still young, but when I was 16, 17 years old, I think, you know, it's hard to say. And I think there's two options in a racing career, with kind of what they want. You either want to be a Donnie Schatz or a Steve Kinser, where you're a 10-time champion and you want to absolutely dominate the series for years and years and years, or you want to come in and win the big races, make a name for yourself, and then say, hey, I'm going to go do something else. So, and that I'm the latter. I feel like, obviously National Open, Kings Royal, and Knoxville Nationals are the 3 big ones. Gold Cup, hopefully we'll get back to where it needs to be, but I think of Gold Cup as a big one too. So, those 4 races I think are definitely on the radar, and I feel like I've been somewhat in contention to win, you know, 3 of the 4. I've never actually raced Gold Cup, but I think, you know, I've won outlaw races. I've won an all-star race. Have won in Pennsylvania. I feel like I've checked some, you know, pretty good accomplishments off in my career while I'm still young. So I think KCP is definitely where I found a home. And I guess to sum it up is I want to win the races I have on my bucket list. And then, I don't want to be 40 years old, 50 years old, trying to pay bills and trying to race. So I kind of want to do what I want to do, and then thank the racing community for what they've given me, and then leave.
Get it done early, and then go and have your fun when you can. So, and that's you said about.
I want
to
tell my grandkids how great I was.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. that's the main thing, is that you want to be around and see all that stuff. I mean, now obviously it's not like it's been 10 years ago where you can get knocked up pretty good. I mean, you still can get knocked around pretty good, but I mean, safety has come a long way in the last couple of years. But I think that's not a terrible goal to have, is that, to be able to tell your grandkids how good you've been, get your stuff out of the way early and be able to talk about it down the road here, but yet still be able to do those starts every now.
Yeah, I mean, but it is a lot easier said than done. If you win one Knoxville Nationals, you're going to want to win the next year's Knoxville Nationals. Mm-hmm. So at what point do you say, is it a thing where it's a mic drop and I say I'm done? Or pretty sure if I'd have won last year, I would have mic dropped it and said, hey, I'm good, guys. You have fun. You have all the Knoxville Nationals you want to have. I'm going to go play golf or do something else. But at the same time, like I said, it's easier said than done. So
don't feed us that bullshit, Gio. Come on. No. Damn, we know damn well you would have been back this year going after. And that was actually going to be my next point, is that going after Knoxville. I believe the youngest pole sitter ever at the Knoxville Nationals. We were there this past year, and to watch you guys out there. I mean, and to be honest, there was no beating Larson. There wasn't. Let's be honest. I mean, that was kind of his race to lose. But still, to be out there, pole sitter of the Knoxville Nationals. My God, I mean, what kind of a more better accomplishment can that be for, an early attempt at Knoxville? Not saying it's your first attempt, but an early attempt at Knoxville, and you're on the pole for it.
Yeah, it was awesome. To kind of that whole 3 weeks there, I won the 360 race 2 weeks, or the week before 360 Nationals. Felt like I should have won the All-Star race. Won my prelim, won 360, obviously. Broke at Cappy, which I felt like we were going to be very good, hard to beat at Capitani. Second on the prelim, and first to fourth in the main. But honestly, I felt like that was probably the best race physically and mentally I had the capacity to run. With the track work and I feel like the Nationals is always a different racetrack than the local stuff. So it wasn't your typical top, bottom with a middle. It was just, depending around the bottom, got dirty, top, and then rubber. So it just wasn't a normal racetrack, which is the same for everybody. But like you said, Larson is, I think, the greatest driver to ever live. As hard as the competition is today, and you look at his prelim, he didn't make it through his heat race, started 20th, and then half the field crashes and he starts 10th. So when it's your year, it's your year. Not saying he didn't earn it or he should not have won, but whenever you can have the fastest car and things not go your way and you run 10th, but he had the fastest car, the best driver, and things went his way. So it was pretty much unstoppable that year.
Yeah, definitely have to agree. I mean, the guy won damn near everything, and coming from me, that it takes a lot out of me to say. But so out of all of the places you raced, obviously you're a California kid, so I'm not going to be mad at you if you say what I think you're going to say on the next question here. Out of everywhere you've raced,
I'm telling you, country, it won't be.
Man, you might be. You might think otherwise. So out of everywhere you race in the country, when you roll into the racetrack, where do you think the toughest competition is?
You're saying being an outlaw race, like the toughest local competition?
Yeah.
In general, let's just go in general. Let's say if you're on a like in the true outlaw schedule, like you guys been around All-Star schedule, whatever, let's go on that sense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to elaborate on this after I see my answer. I obviously Pennsylvania. I think there's anyone that argues against that is wrong. I think in the next couple of years, now that California has changed off the HTW tire and is going to an H tire, which is the same as the Outlaws everybody else runs, California competition will get exceptionally harder. I think between Dominic, Shane Golovic, Tim Kading, Bud Kading, Justin Sanders, the list kind of goes on and on. A lot of young guys, Corey Day. Because honestly, I only ran 1 year on the open tire, then I've been on the H all my life. So this shitty tire everybody calls, I've been on it my entire career. So I don't know what a good tire feels like. So I think once Dominic figures it out, which Friday to Saturday, look at his performance, how much better it was. And I think Shane Golovic was in the top 10 both nights. So these guys are extremely good, and it'd be like if you took Freddie Raymer or whoever to California, he wouldn't be very good. And if you took Dom to PA, he wouldn't be very good. But when you get them on their own racetracks, it's a whole nother ball game. So I think in the next couple of years, California and Pennsylvania will be a little bit more even playing field when the Outlaws come to town.
So what you're saying, you're already going to say is that your brother's going to suck when he comes in here throwing the 21 car. Is that what you're saying already?
I hope not, but it's going to be really difficult. Only running one weekend, it's going to be damn near impossible to be that competitive, or two weekends, however long he's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that too. I mean, some of these guys, you're all excited for, and they look out to lunch out here because obviously it doesn't fit their driving style. But when you circle back to you here, it seems like anywhere you go, you don't look out to lunch. I mean, you're starting to really get to learn and get a good feel for these tracks. What are your plans for this year, and where what all are you doing this year? Are you doing a full outlaw schedule? Are you doing a true outlaw schedule? Are you doing some all-star stuff? What are we looking at this year?
So what we'll do is we're going to run the Outlaws until I think it's the middle of April. The Outlaws go, I think it's to Peevely or maybe Lake Ozark Friday, and then they go to Hobstadt, Indiana Saturday. We're going to go to local Knoxville race. So pretty much we're going to run the Outlaws till that point. And then I think our 90 race schedule is about 60 outlaw races, 25 all-star races, and then a couple local Knoxville races, a couple local PA races, Dirt Classic, that kind of stuff. So after Knoxville Nationals, Jackson Nationals, and then when the Outlaws head west, we're going to head east. So same thing we did last year, Dirt Classic, Tuscarora 50. There's a couple more races there before the National Open, and then that Port Royal Outlaw race, and then like Lakeside and the Outlaws, and then World Finals. So true outlaw schedule, we're not going to follow the Outlaws. It just didn't quite make sense for us yet. If we have a spectacular year this year, then maybe next year. But I enjoy doing the true outlaw thing. I think it racing against the same guys every weekend. The Outlaws are difficult, but it does limit you a little bit. Getting those really good local guys on their racetracks like Port Royal, Tuscarora 50, the top 10 cars most of the time are all, PA guys.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to kind of just pick and choose because, say you come in the day of the Tuscarora 50 and you might be out to lunch because you don't necessarily have a notebook for what's currently going on at the track. So it definitely betters you to come in a week or two before, kind of start adding on to the notebook that you already have for places and go from there.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what's on your schedule yet, but I feel like you guys would be awesome at Speed Week. If you guys can bring that 18 car in, I think you guys could put a fight up for the Speed Week Championship, honestly. I mean, it goes to a lot of tracks that you're good at, too. The Groves out there, Susky were on the schedule. I feel like a track like Port's obviously a good one for you, and then Hagerstown would fit your drive. But it'd be a lot of fun seeing a place like Grandview, too. I think Grandview, it's kind of like a
little bull ring.
Yeah, I think I think you need to talk to these boys about coming out for Speed Week, man. I really think you guys could put up a fight for this for a Speed Week title here.
So what sucks is I obviously racing for a team based out of Iowa, and a lot of home tracks for them have never been home tracks for me. Like Huset's not a home track, but 4 or 5 hours away, it's close. 34 Raceway is close. So I think is it in June? Isn't Speed Week in June?
Ended 4th of July, or right before the 4th of July.
So beginning of July.
Yeah.
So there's Cedar Lake races.
Oh,
right.
That's right.
I think Cedar Lake races with the Outlaws, which is it's close for us. I think it's only 4 or 5 hours away, and it sucks because it doesn't suck, but PA is 18 hours, and that's 5 hours. That's an outlaw race. So when I was in Indy, it made sense to go run those races because it was 10 hours to Iowa or 8 hours to Iowa and 8 hours to PA. So we were halfway with Bernie, but it just doesn't make sense to run those races when you have a weekend that close to home where sponsors and partners can come,
I tried PA. I tried to get the boy out here, That's all I can do. So don't tweet at him. I got shot down.
I honestly think you would do super well at Grandview. I mean, the place just races so neat. Like, if you're on the front stretch at Grandview, the back stretch is higher. So, like, getting into 1, you start going uphill, and then getting into 3, you start going downhill. It's just how it's shaped is neat, and it's just this tiny little bull ring that sits on top of a hill. I think you'd fare out pretty well there.
Why is that the only place the only time they race there is Speed Week, isn't it?
Yeah, we did have an All-Star late there, but I guess some stuff went down last year, and they got replaced by Bridgeport. So Bridgeport's now.
That place is cool. That place is badass. I liked it. I never raced the old Bridgeport, but the new one's badass.
I tell you what, the old Bridgeport, I don't think there was nothing around like the old Bridgeport, the 5.8. I mean, if you could have ran a 360 on there, I think it would have been awesome to watch you run that. But I feel like a 360 is probably the biggest you could have ran on that track nowadays and still be pretty safe. But the new track, they have saved that place. Have you ran? Were you in last year to run the new track?
I ran the Outlaw race there, yeah, at the new one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah, because that would have been the weekend after, or the Tuesday after the Summer Nationals.
Morning Cup.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, that place, it's a little. I don't know if it's a mini Kokomo or a bigger Kokomo, but that bank in there, I tell you what, that place is just. God damn! They saved that place there with that new track.
It's actually based off of Lawrenceburg.
I was gonna say that. That's
sure.
I meant the Berg.
The low straightaways and the high corners, like where you drive uphill and the banking, that's what it reminded me of, was Lawrenceburg.
Yeah, I had Kokomo on the mind. I don't know why. I should know that better than the Berg. But hey, anyway, back to
same state. You're close enough.
Close enough, yeah.
It's only like an hour and a half in between the two, so
it's fine. Yeah, they're both high bank. They're both badass Indiana bull rings. You know, it's whatever. They're close enough. Anyway, back to Iowa though. Knoxville. Obviously, your team is based out of there, and you know they have run very well there. Obviously, with Ian in the car, the last couple of years, and now you've been in the car the last few years as well. How important was that last year with you and this team to go get that 360 national for you guys? I mean, obviously it's one of the biggest races of the calendar year, but I mean, how important was that for you guys to go out and get that for that team, especially?
Yeah, it was huge. You know, they had won track championships before with Ian, and I love Knoxville. It seemed to be a place I just excelled at from the beginning, whether it was Bernie's car, my dad's car, or the KCB car, and yeah, it was huge to have that many partners there. And even at the 410 Nationals, it was huge to have that much support from all the guys, because they're all based in Des Moines, which is, 45 minutes, an hour away. So to have a race at home, which is not home for me, but obviously, like you said, home for the team, it was massive. And to see how excited Matt was and how excited Brett Nearing was, it was a really, really special moment. And just for some reason, the 360 Nationals was a race I felt like I always should win, if that makes sense. It just a race I rolled into with confidence absolutely through the roof, whether it was with Bernie or KCP or whoever it was. Just a race I really, really wanted to win, and one I felt like I had a very good shot at winning. And between the last weekend at the local 360 race I won, and the prelim I won, and the last final night I won. So just a efficient week, 2 weeks for sure, and everything seemed to go just smoothly. And sometimes in those big invert fields like that, those big races, stuff just goes your way and it works out.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Definitely.
So, hey, sorry, Adam, go ahead.
Kind of keeping with Knoxville here before we let you get out of here, but with how well you've run in Knoxville over the years, you were 5 months away, almost to the date now. How do you feel going into Knoxville after your performance last year? It's a track you're really comfortable with. Do you think we can go 3 spots better this year?
A different crew chief, obviously, a little bit different race cars, same engines, same team, which helps. Same essentially group of people minus my crew chief, and Dylan, he started on the pole there with Reitzel, so and has had success there with Aaron. So obviously knows how to get a car around a racetrack, and it's hard to say. I think from what I've experienced, it seems to be whatever seems to be working the couple weeks before that, you just kind of flow into nationals. You don't just, it is easy to get off track and be like, okay, this is nationals, everyone get your shit together, but you just got to keep doing what you've been doing, because there really is no time to sit and think about it. So obviously you want to win, and I think this last year showed me I'd always started 12th or 17th or 15th. I'd always been on the back foot trying to go forward, and I had been able to, get a taste of what it's like to control a race that long, and felt like I didn't do a great job for sure. Kind of lost my composure a bit, and just between between Larson, Donnie, and Brad, 3 of the best guys to probably ever race around there. Then Gravel passed me, and he blew up. So want to win, feel like I'm in the best shape physically right now and mentally that I've ever been in my career. So I think I've done my job for sure, putting the time in. And I think if everything goes into play, the biggest thing is your heat race. Obviously time trialing, but if you time trial where you're supposed to, if you get through your heat race, the prelim feature, if you just finish in the top 10, you're going to be in the first 4 rows of the feature. So it was funny last year after the heat race, we were all high-fiving and everyone's kind of looking at us and like, dude, the hard part's over. We started 8th and ran 4th on a 1-lane racetrack. We're in. Like, we're good. Just finish the main and we're golden. So obviously ran 2nd in that and put us on the pole. But at that point, it's like, hey, just get through your heat race and then everything else is downhill from there till Saturday.
Literally, you couldn't explain it any better, bud. You really could. I mean, that's the exact thing you have to do at Knoxville. And hey, we're looking forward to seeing it throughout this entire year. And I can't wait personally to see you come in PA and try and do some great things. And I think you will, man. I think this year is going to be a great year for you. I mean, obviously, you're not with the win that so far at Tulare. And there's big things coming for you, man. But before we let you go here, who do you got to thank for getting you up and down the road? And who's going to help you out the rest of the year?
What's that?
Who's going to help you out the rest of the year?
Sorry, you cut out.
Sponsor-wise?
Yeah, definitely Matt Barber, Brett Nearing, the 2 owners of the team. God, I'm not good at this. Ted's Body Shop. There's realistically probably 15 people in our operation that whether it's giving us paint or whatever it is that play a significant role in the team. And every single name on the car is a true partner. So, Tim Malacote, Mark Fargo. There's so many guys that aren't silent partners. They are physically involved in the team and make it what it is today. I think they own so many businesses that are valuable to your off the racetrack life and on the racetrack life, that whether it's Houseby or JMT Trucking, who help us with truck sponsorship and fuel sponsorship. So this is an operation I've been a part of where there are a lot of partners, but everyone plays a significant role in it.
Absolutely. Well, you're going to have to get better at this sponsorship thing, man, because if you're going to be winning...
I know. I need to look a picture of the car, and then I'll get back to you.
Yeah. Just start,
so you're one of those guys while you're in victory lane, just kind of peek over the shoulder.
Like this. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Gio, thank you so much. By the way, I got to ask you this. So I was on last night, a friend of ours, Casey Boucher, the Four Whites League podcast. He actually wanted me to ask you a question. Do you prefer Gio or Giovanni? Because I guess Blake goes with... Johnny goes with Giovanni, but Blake goes with Gio. So which one do you prefer?
So it's funny because my mom, she always gets mad when someone calls me Gio because she's like, I need to be Giovanni, not Gio. So I think she tweeted something or Dominic tweeted something to Johnny and was like, so he started calling me Giovanni, and the Outlaw lineup calls me Giovanni. So it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you're calling my name, you can call me Dickhead if you want. I don't care. As long as I'm up front and I'm ready.
Don't tempt me with that. If I get back to calling 14 racing, don't tempt me with that, Gio.
And one last one, because it just popped into my head. Where the heck did the nickname Hot Sauce come from?
When I was really little, my dad, I don't know, you never met my dad, I don't think, maybe once or twice, but he's just a guy that's just purely funny. He's just the center of attention in a room. And he would always give me nicknames, G-Bones, Geostorm. Like, there was always just stupid nicknames that made zero sense when I was younger. And Hot Sauce just seemed to stick when I was younger, or in micro sprints and just starting sprint cars, and kind of went away from it for a bit. And I don't remember who. Someone called me in a local race, and then Johnny Gibson or somebody asked on Twitter where it came from, and it just was something my dad gave me that kind of stuck. I need to make up a story that makes sense, like I love hot sauce or something stupid that people, because there really is no interesting story behind it, but it's working out now where it starts to catch on. So anything to kind of get my name out there works.
I feel like it needs to be mixed with the taco truck. It has to be something.
Yeah, with the taco truck. We can go hand in hand. The taco master or whatever I call it. Oh my God. Yep.
Jesus Christ. This is
Gio and Dominic.
All right, Gio, thank you so much, bud. This is a fun. We're having a PA, and maybe soon. Can we still give you regular beer yet? Do we still gotta give you the birch beer, like I did a couple years ago? Do we still gotta do the birch beer?
Yes, you gave it to me the first time I came with that ASCS show in 2018, but I need more.
Yes. So
chips. Don't forget chips.
Yes, the more. Yeah, what did we do? Millsworth. We did the Millsworth. Yeah, that was actually I think Phil Walter threw that one in there. So. But yes, we'll do the birch beer and the Millsworth, and then when you get of age, we have England for you. Don't you worry. We will take very good care of you.
Hey, November 28th this year, I'm legal.
right, next year it's on. Game on, buddy. Game on. Gio,
Yep.
thank
I'll
you
be
so
at the
much,
icebreaker
bud.
just to drink with you guys. Yep.
Come to the icebreaker, yes. Come to the icebreaker. It's a shit show already. We'll make it more of a shit show, and you'll have
Perfect.
newfound respect for PA. I guarantee you. All right, buddy. Thank you so much, man. We'll talk to you when you get in here, bud.
No worries. See you guys. Thanks.
Take care, Gio.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this and I will take that ride home.
Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network. Bert Wojcik, Adam Rubright with you here. What a fantastic interview with Gio Scelzi we had the other night. A lot of fun to have and a lot of good, interesting points here. The kid's very, very smart, very intelligent. And we touch on the end of the interview there. Hot Sauce is a nickname his old man gave him. So if anyone knows his old man, Gary Scelzi, obviously a former NHRH world champion, the funny cars and Top Fuel as well. Very, very. I said after we were done on the air there, I said that was a full on Gary Scelzi interview that he just gave, and that's just the kind of people those Scelzi are. Great, great freaking people.
Yeah, definitely. I thought for sure it was a classic Gary Scelzi interview. I mean, it kind of went all over the place. He caught me off guard a couple of times. Not gonna lie, with just how fast he talks, and it's so quick, like one after another. You can have a question 3/4 of the way done with him, and he already knows the answer that he's going to say in his head.
Hey, that's good. That's a great thing to say there. And I said to him too about how you got to be kind of elbows up on these tracks here too, on the California tracks, and it didn't wear him out, and that's a big thing is that you got to be ready to go for these California tracks. It's not like what we have out here, but no, a great interview with Gio, and can't wait to see him when he gets back in here. And yes, we're gonna bring him a Birch beer and Millsworth. If anyone gets pissed off through it, I bought the Birch beer last time. Anyway. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been discussing about the weather this weekend here, and we're not quite sure what it's going to be. So we decided to bring in an expert. Clark the Bear has joined us for the first time in a long time here on the Highside Hustle. Clark, welcome back. It's been a minute, my friend.
Bert, good afternoon or evening, I suppose. Adam, good evening.
Hiya, how are you tonight?
How are you, sir?
I feel abandoned twice, Adam, if you're asking. I hear you're adopting my twin brother, but you're not willing to adopt me. Is that right?
Oh my God! Here we go.
Yeah. What gives, Adam? Why aren't you doing the pair?
Technically,
if
he
you're
should be adopting me for being technical.
Okay, if our last name was Rubright, we would adopt you. But you're the one with the last name.
True.
I mean, I can assure you that at least I can't speak for Peter, but I can speak for myself. I will live up to the Rubright name.
I would not expect anything less for you, Clark. I wouldn't.
I have
good
since
Lord.
puberty. I've been working on this moment.
To go and live up to the rubber. Yes. Yeah. All right. Papers are back on, boys. We're gonna go get some papers together. We're going to the courthouse tomorrow, Pig.
And happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Yeah,
Yes,
same to you.
happy St. Patrick's Day to you, Clark. Any wild shenanigans going on tonight? Looks like kind of a quiet night, actually.
I don't pretend to be Irish any day of the year. I'm not going to do it on St. Patrick's Day.
Fair enough. Fair enough on that one there. So, well, I'm Irish every day of the year. So, you know what?
I closely resemble to impersonating someone from Kentucky. I drink bourbon quite a bit.
We know a guy like that. We know a guy very well
So
like that.
It's St. Buffalo Trace Day most days at my house.
Oh, yes. Shit. That's a very good shit.
Once in a while, St. Blanton's Day. It all depends.
It all depends. Sometimes some what's that stuff? The new vodka? Is that what the Blue Steel? Is that the stuff?
Blue Steel vodka, the fifth best vodka in the world.
Yes, that's that better be at your house too. It's coming to my house soon. I don't drink that much vodka, but I'll support that shit.
Well, they made a special blend just for the Weather Cares.
Oh, nice.
Yes, we've known them for years. Actually, they couldn't have done it without us.
Good. Well, fantastic. We might have to work on a Highside Hustle blend and try and team up with the Weather.
A Highside Hustle blend.
Making it that. Yeah, with the data called Datum.
Yeah.
Oh God.
A Datum batch.
Imagine it.
So they just make their vodka and abandon it.
It's aged fine. It's aged perfectly.
Oh my God.
Love it, Clark. What the hell's going on this weekend? Because I'm hearing all.
You have to sign papers to get it.
Yes, sign papers to get it. You have to do all that other shit to get it. But what the hell's going on this weekend? Are we? So I was under the impression tomorrow
Available only at the Carbon County Courthouse.
Schuylkill County. Are we doing Carbon and Schuylkill or both ways?
We'd have to ask Adam.
Yeah, it's got to be Schuylkill. I think it should be Schuylkill County Courthouse.
My God.
Church? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Church, yes.
So weather-wise this weekend, racing tomorrow night, you're good.
Yes.
Rain should not arrive in the area from west to east tomorrow until probably midnight or later.
Good.
Saturday, unfortunately, all bets are off. It looks like a very unstable, much like Peter and Adam's relationship, very unstable throughout the day Saturday, continuing to Saturday night. Showers, rain, thunderstorms, chance all day Saturday, and little stormy possibility Saturday night as well into Sunday.
Oh, Sunday as well, because we got a big modified race going on up at Seals.
No. Sunday you'll be golden. As long as you're not doing a sunrise race on Sunday, you should be good.
Good. That's what we love to hear. You guys get 2
Friday
solid
night's
days.
good, Sunday's good, Saturday's not so good.
That's what we like to hear. That's why we bring you on. You're the expert, and that's why we love having you on, Clark. And it's always a pleasure. And tell us a little bit about it. You got some good stuff going on with the weather and the Weather Cares right now with the Ukraine things. You just were down in DC last week? I think it was. You were down there.
Yeah, so we we sold T-shirts. I should have worn that T-shirt had your producer let me know I could have worn it or at least shown it to you. But we did a Defend Ukraine shirt with Go Fuck Yourself, with Go Fuck Yourself written in Ukrainian on the back. We sold those. We got $2,000. We took it down to the Ukrainian embassy last week and gave it to them after much of an ordeal.
And then
it was we got to stop by the Washington Metropolitan Police first.
Yes. After Peter was accosted by Washington's finest, he also shit himself and didn't have the balls to leave a Defend Ukraine shirt at the Russian embassy down there.
My
Okay, but that
God.
needs a preface. First of all, there were cops all over the Russian embassy. There was tape blocking the Russian embassy, and the Russian embassy looked like the U.S. embassy in Beirut, Lebanon, in 1984.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a great situation.
I was not about to
No,
get out of my car in front of a bunch of Secret Service, Diplomatic Security Service, and Washington cops with a "Go fuck yourself" T-shirt to tie on the fence of the Russian embassy.
Yeah, that would end really bad. Really bad. So that's why he gets better judgment, honestly.
We're gonna mail it to them.
Yeah.
Mail it to him. Well, next thing you know, the weather's getting hacked from Russia.
Is the address going
Well,
to have Adam Rubright as the return address?
Oh my God. I'm really not trying
you know
to
what?
go
That's a great
to jail
idea.
here.
We will send it. We will send it to the Russian embassy in the United States of America, Washington D.C., courtesy of Adam Rubright, and we'll have them sign for it. Like you have to sign for it to get it. Then we'll get a receipt with a Russian signature on it. That'll be perfect. And Adam, that'll be my Father's Day gift to you.
Oh my God. Well, folks, if there is ever a chance of a nuke coming to Schuylkill County, it's probably on its way.
I don't even think we have to worry about that. I mean, like, we all know the government controls the internet. Not trying to get political here, but I mean, in any minute, like Secret Service and the FBI could be like knocking at my goddamn door. So
it's on its way.
I mean, Adam, would you like the Secret Service to knock on your door?
No, I really wouldn't. I mean,
we can make that happen.
Very unpleasant.
I mean, I can make a really big. I can talk about your love for the Russian government during Weissel tomorrow morning if you'd like.
God. I'm just trying to talk racing and go to bed.
How you grew that Siberian beard in tribute.
Yeah, literally, he's got the Siberian beard ready to go. My God, Clark, you're the best. Tell us about when Weissel's on, where everyone can find your stuff at. Oh my God.
9:30 in the morning every weekday. Sometimes on the weekends if something's happening. Probably Saturday we'll do it with the storms coming. But yeah, every morning on our Facebook and YouTube, 9:30 in the morning. Discord we do a pre-show, and then we do a post show right after Weissel as well. We're actually gearing up for some pretty severe weather coming up this weekend and next week down south. Like epic, like historical bad weather probably. So we're getting ready for that.
So are we talking like April of 2011, like that stuff, like down in Alabama? Is that like, 'cause I've seen Span?
No, I'm talking like weather we don't. I'm talking like weather we don't see, like historic, like 100-year kind of outbreaks.
Wow.
Yeah, we broke it down a little bit during Whitetail this morning. If you want to go watch that replay, and we're going to talk about it in depth tomorrow morning too. But the jet stream, we've been in a pattern this winter, and it is brutal right now, and it's got a bullseye for the Texarkana area, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, then moving up into the southeastern United States over the weekend and Monday.
Wow. It doesn't come to that bad and stuff, but if it does, I know you guys will be there helping out whatever you can, and that's why we always have you on here with the weather and the weather cares. And glad to call you a friend with that, and hopefully everyone tune in to Weissel tomorrow, get up to date, and yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But Clark, thank you so much for joining us, my friend. We'll talk to you hopefully next week.
Yeah, boys. Happy St. Patrick's Day again, and Adam, it's the most you've ever talked to me. I love you, Adam.
See ya, Clark. Take care. There he goes, Clark. The Rubright, Clark Rubright, off the air. Boy, I what a show. Not only did we get you out in the world, Adam, and try to, show your pictures off and be one of the best cameramen we have in Central PA, but we get you 2 kids in the world. How about it?
I mean, I'm just really trying to not go to jail over internet comments. I mean,
think of the tax
it'd be
write-off.
really
The tax
spectacular.
write-off.
Yeah, the tax write-off is I'm wanted for fucking treason somehow. Yeah, that'd be great.
My God Almighty.
Let's not have that happen.
Let's not have that. Yeah. Oh God. But yes. So that clears that up, though. We will be racing tomorrow night at Williams Grove. Thank God. Is Chris? You were scaring the shit out of me when you were saying that earlier. But that was
it gonna rain.
It ain't gonna rain tomorrow night. It ain't gonna rain. We're gonna be up on the hill, Bear Hill tomorrow night. Cannot wait to go see everyone from the Bear Hill gang. As well, looking forward to that. Looking forward to some great racing at the Grove. Beautiful night again tomorrow night. as Clark the Bear just said, go check out the weather as well. Go give them a like on Facebook and go be a part of those shenanigans. And as we said, Clark does amazing stuff with the Weather Cares and a lot of good things with Ukraine. And if the weather does hit down in the Texarkana, Arlanda stuff next week, damn well they'll be sending some aid down there. So go check them out. The weather. But yeah, so let's get into what the hell we are doing this weekend. As we have Matt Coender's checking in from down under in Australia. Okay, so we have sprint cars tomorrow night. Good. That should be a good show down there at Archfield. Always fun to see some Australian taste down there. Thanks for checking in, bud. Yeah, let us know what's
Wait,
going
whoa,
on.
whoa, 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 whoa.
What? Are you gonna make a big deal over
You clowns
Australia?
have viewers in Australia.
Yeah, I talked to that guy.
You can't get people to tune in from fucking Schuylkill County.
Yeah, yeah.
But we got the Aussies.
Matt got a hold of me.
Basically,
God, I'm gonna say like last summer-ish about some photography tips and tricks and what I use and stuff like that. And obviously, I was glad to help him, and I've seen some of his photos. They've come a long way.
In return, you need to go share the word out of this shit show and put in Australia, and I think some Aussies on some point.
Kind of disappointed
Yeah, I'd
that
love
you
to have.
guys didn't
I'd love to have
mention
McFadden
Australia to Peter, Clark, whomever. He's from New Zealand.
Whatever one he feels like being tonight.
I saw. Speaking of New Zealand, I saw Pickens can finally come out and race again. Now that the ban or whatever the hell it is, the no in, no out thing for New Zealand's over.
Good.
So that'll be pretty wild to see him back behind the wheel of a car.
Absolutely, been missing him last couple of years. So good to see him back. So, all right. Well, I guess let's do our picks for the weekend because not only do we have 410 tomorrow night along with Super Late Models at the Grove. As you heard from Clark a few minutes ago here, Sealands Grove was supposed to run a Saturday along with Lincoln and Port Royal, but don't sound like Sealands Grove for the Icebreaker is going to be happening right now. I mean, obviously, weather could change in an instant, but Clark's always spot on with the weather. So I guess we'd shift our focus to Sunday then with the Short Track Super Series Speed Showcase 50 up at Port Royal. The first big block race in the Northeast this year. Obviously, last week we had Craig Von Doren pick up the win in the first small block race in the Northeast down in Georgetown, which we forgot to mention about that. But yeah, so CVD picked up a win last Friday night at Georgetown, small block. That everything else was canceled down at Georgetown then on Saturday. So who do we have this weekend, Adam?
Little Freddie at the Grove. He goes 2 for 2 on opening days.
Okay, back to back.
2 for 3 technically, I guess.
And technically back to back at the Grove opening days too.
Yeah, back to back there. Not sure on the late model side, depending on who shows up or not. Just in case, by a long shot, we race Sealands Grove, Lincoln, and Port Royal Saturday. I'm going to go Prego at Sealands Grove, Double D at Lincoln, and I'm gonna say Sisney at Port Royal.
Okay.
And then Port Royal Sunday, I'm gonna go with. It's hard to beat Williamson out there with the kind of role he's on. So, at Port Royal anyway. So I'm gonna go with Williamson.
I like that one. So I'm gonna go. I think Lance always has good luck at the Grove. I think Lance gets a Grove opener tomorrow night. Late model side of things. Let's see here. Who might be there? I'm gonna go with. Let's see here. I think if Scrub's there, I'll go with Scrub. Scrub might show up tomorrow night.
Have we seen Satterley in the area at all yet this year?
Satterley will probably be there tomorrow night. I wouldn't be if he's a well, I don't know. He may go out to Atomic with the Lucas Oil. I don't know if he's going.
Is that this weekend?
Maybe he might. Yeah, Atomic's this weekend. And then because I saw Ross Robinson's going to be making the tow after Saturday night, he's going to make the tow back in and run Port Royal on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so good for Ross. So I gotta get Ross on the show. We gotta get Ross on here because Ross is a good dude. Let's see here, but yeah. So and then at Lincoln, now Lincoln does carry a rain date of Sunday, so there is that Sunday rain date, down there. So, I'll go with. I'll follow you on Danny. I'll follow you on Danny on that one. Port. If we port, I'll go with Logan Wagner. I'll go with Logan Wagner on Saturday at Port if they do race, and then Sunday at Port. Let me see. Let me think here.
You know you want to say Williamson. I mean,
I was
it's
thinking Matt, but Stewie is also due for a win.
that's true. Is Jessica gonna be there? She showed some speed last year as well.
She did.
Yes,
But
Jessica
another
Friesen
guy.
will be there, by the way.
Okay, so
She
Jess
showed a
is
ton
not
of
a bad
speed
pick.
there.
So
Be pretty cool to see her get a win.
would be really cool. You know who else would not surprise me at all? Billy Pouch. Junior.
Yeah.
Junior might be.
Larry
He's gonna be one to
White or
watch.
Maresca could also be pretty good picks.
Yeah, Larry.
It's
Larry
honestly,
had a nice run there last year. So did Maresca. Maresca, I think, he has a win up there. I think.
Maybe. I can't remember.
You can't count out Perego too. I think, and I think
I mean there's 10 to 15 guys that can realistically.
All right,
guys
I'm
or
gonna go
girls that
with.
can win up there.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna go with Stu. I'm gonna go with Stu gets the win on Sunday up there. Saturday if we do race
Definitely not a bad
Selinsgrove,
pick.
I'll go Bichetti back to back. I'll go Andy Bichetti going back to back at Selinsgrove. He had a very good run there last year, in the icebreaker. And I think Bichetti, it's not a terrible pick, I think, but I think Williamson is going to be up there. I think Larry, like the big half miles, I feel like it fits Williamson's driving style along with Larry White. Right, he's become very, very strong on these half miles. Maresca, you can't count him out. I think Max McLaughlin, I think he might be in as well, in 357. So then again, he also got Strunk. Maybe he might get something out of the mile. Then, what about Howard? What about CBD? There's a lot of guys up there, but I feel like this is going to be a New Yorkers type kind of weekend. And I feel like it's probably going to be Stu and Bichetti. I think that's what I got the feeling for. But PA guy goes out, get the upset. I'm going to be all for it. Not going to be
100%.
Not going to be upset about that at all. So, all right. Do we have anything else on this shit show that we missed or should have talked about?
Who do you got for the World of Outlaws?
Ooh, World of Outlaws this weekend. Merced and Ocean. I'm
honestly going to say Gravel gets one and Sweet gets one.
I'll go Gravel at Merced, and I will go Shots at Ocean.
Speaking of shots, that wreck last week was pretty nasty.
I thought it was a Tommy tip over from what I've heard.
Well, a Tommy tip over, you don't lose your fucking fuel cell.
Oh, true. Well, like I said, I didn't see much of it, but
I mean, generally, anyway, unless somebody didn't do their job, you don't just do a Tommy tip over and lose a fuel cell.
Actually, I'm going to change my pick for Ocean. I think Logan gets the win. Logan on. We gotta give.
Yeah, he's due.
Love.
He's due, and we gotta have Ron on the show soon.
Gotta qualify better. Yeah, we do gotta get Ron on the show. Maybe before they come in for PA, we get Ron.
Even if we do like oh yeah, definitely they gotta find some speed earlier on in the night and can't rely on coming up through the pack. I mean, that's the thing. If you don't qualify well, you're behind the 8 ball before the night is even truly started. You know what I mean?
Bingo. Yeah. Exactly. You're right. So yeah.
But they'll get it. They'll get it figured out. They always do. Ron and Ben and Logan. They always figure it out.
Oh yeah, we got Lucas Oil this weekend too. I'll go with T-Mac, and I wonder if Shepard's coming up. What about T-Mac and Shepard? Yeah, as I'm wearing
Both
the
solid
shirt
picks.
tonight. Oh, as I wear a Jimmy Owen shirt tonight.
Yeah, go figure. It's probably the only green racing T-shirt you have.
Yes. Yes. No, I had Brent did the Christmas shirt a couple years ago when he was in the CJB car. Yeah, I got that again.
Yeah, I remember that.
I wasn't about wearing a Christmas shirt on St. Patrick's Day. Hell no.
Why not? Christmas in March, brother.
Screw Christmas. It's too cold.
Some could say it's too cold outside
you
right
still
now.
drink on Christmas, but not like
Depends on who you.
At least it's a little more
Depends
acceptable
on who you are.
Patrick's Day.
Listen. You can drink St. Patty's Day levels every day of the year if you're a professional.
Very true.
Let's be clear about that.
Let's be clear. If you're a professional, you can drink. Yes.
Like St. Patty's Day is just an excuse to drink.
Like normal Chris.
Normal people don't need an excuse to drink.
Ladies and gentlemen, the only newsroom in the world where you'll see your producer chug a beer. Only right here.
While wearing a kilt, by the way.
Why wearing a kilt?
Which I would love to show you all, but it's green, and I'm on a green screen, so you would just see my ghibli bits.
We don't need to see that. Nobody needs that.
Yeah, we don't need to see
viewers
that.
Well, then again, I mean, it might get us viewers, though.
A couple, depending on who they are. Some would say it might be beneficial.
I will let the 6 viewers in the comments decide if you want to see my ghibli bits.
No, let's not go there.
Viewers need to see that.
No, we don't need to see that.
No, so folks, let's get off the air before we cancel. That's going to do for the Highside Hustle. Chris,
we already
Network.
We already are canceled. So what are you worried about?
We're canceled. Yeah. Chris,
this is, by the way, Rod Stewart.
Oh yeah.
Filling in potholes by his house so he could drive his Ferrari.
Oh my God!
Well, they're doing it all wrong. One would think you need to get the water out of said pothole before you fill it in. That would make a little more sense.
Can we just say that it's Rod Stewart?
Is he sponsored by fucking Adidas here?
Yeah, it's Rod Stewart. It's Rod Stewart.
Like the only thing he's not wearing Adidas is his fucking leather gloves. The shoes match the pants. What the hell?
It's Rod Stewart.
God,
that's all you need to know. Rod Stewart.
We're a car show now.
We're an all car show. All right, Chris, let's come up with National Racing Network.
Or not. Great answer.
Coming up tonight on the National Racing Network, I will be doing play-by-play, which will be interesting, of the Indy Pro 2000 Championship at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. If I can still say Nürburgring Nordschleife, I'm not that drunk yet. Coming up on Monday night, it will be the Fuel Premier Series, heading off to Kentucky Speedway for round 2. Round number 1 was pretty damn good. Tuesday night is, I believe, an off night for the TNT Series. Wednesday night, the Sim Racers Club season finale coming up from Nashville's Super Speedway, pretty sure. And then we're back with you two clowns on Thursday.
Yes, sir. And next week, we get ready to open up our URC season next weekend. Can't wait for that. We'll preview that. We'll talk about everything that happened this past weekend. And we're getting closer and closer to everything being opened up. It's about to get crazy out here. So hopefully you're along for the ride. Give National Racing Network a like right here on Facebook, and also give them a subscribe over on YouTube. Let us know. Share this out, folks. Get it all out. Again, thanks for everyone also listen to the podcast side of things. That's been pretty cool the last couple of weeks to get that really rolling lately. So, Adam, any final words?
Not that I can think of, other than let's get the hell out of here.
Let's get the hell out of here. Folks, thanks so much for all of our sponsors. Thanks for Gio Scelzi joining us on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel hotline tonight. Also, thanks to 34 Motorsports for 34 Motorsports ticker down below with all the results you can see. Finch's Meat Market as well. Also, I haven't shouted them out at all yet this year. Alan Grace and Hot Shoe Racewear with this beautiful flag right behind my head here. Alan did an amazing job on that. Go check out Alan Grace with Hot Shoe Racewear. And yeah, that's going to do it for the Highside Hustle. We'll be back next Thursday night with another shit show and shenanigans for your best 90 minutes of motorsports during the week. So for our executive producer, Chris Graham, that is Big Sexy Adam Rubright. My name is Bert Wojcik. Keep
You
on
should
hustling,
point the
folks.
right way when you do that,
We
Bert.
will
Yeah,
talk to you
I
next
was
week.
just gonna say
But
that.
I know. We'll see. So I thought it was backwards. So I normally point this way. Yeah. Okay. But I normally point this way. I don't know.